Okay, today's daf is Yoma daf Lamed, Yoma 30. The Mishnah says on daf Chavchet and Aleph, the Mishnah says that the bottom line, second to bottom line, Kol HaMesach, Zeh Kol Yom Kol HaMesach, Esrag Lev Ton Tevilah. Anyone who goes to the bathroom, for Gedolim, the Gemara, Rashi says, he needs to go to Tevilah, Kol HaMeit L'mayim. If you merely urinate, it's a ton kiddush yadayim v'layim. You have to go to the kiyar and wash off your hands and feet. So the Gemara, Chav Teramid Beis, the Gemara says on the bottom, Bishlam Raglayim Bishum Tzotzos, because you have drops on your feet. Al Yadayim my time. Amar Biyabba is also meres mitzvah l'shavshev. There's a mitzvah to wipe off your feet with your hands. So you get urine on your hands also. Therefore, you have to mekadesh yadayim v'raglayim. The Gemara continues later on. The Gemara says, Zamar Papa, 4 lines down. So b'mkoma asher likros kriyas shma. He said about kriyas shma that if you go to the bathroom and you have soa still there, you didn't wipe completely, you can't say kriyas shma. The Gemara says hechi dami. In the near race, if it can still be seen, pshita, and for sure you can't say kriyas shma. In the low near race, if you can't see it, lo nida Torah l'malachei asharis. Similarly, this means that if you can't see it, the Torah wasn't given the Malach Yashar, so it's very hard to remove it. So we don't have to be, we're not able to be on the level of Malach Yashar to be so careful and be so clean. Right, this is a little trick of the Yoshev and Niras, only Beino Niras. We're talking about where you can see it while he's standing, but not when he's sitting. The Gemara says, what's the difference? Why is this different than soa on his skin? There we say it's machlokes at least. If you have it on your skin, not not in the back, you can't say kriyas, but you could say kriyas according to Rav Huna. The Gemara says bimkoma navish zuma shalom bimkoma navish zuma. It's more zuma, whatever that means, in the back where you go to the bathroom than on your skin. A couple of questions on this Gemara. The Gemara, Rav on the side, Rav Ranchborg, he explains this halacha. So the reason you can't say kriyas shma when you have soa in the back is because he says that the reason the Mishnah says that you have to do Tevilah when you go to the bathroom is because of this halacha of soa b'mkoma asur kriyas shma, because you might be dirty there, so therefore you have to wipe it off by doing a Tevilah. That's how he explains our Mishnah. Now it's interesting to understand because, first of all, the Gemara says that kiddush yadayim raglayim, according to Rav Ranchberg, probably the reason is to clean off the mess, the urine. Mitzvah l'shavshev, when it's on your hands because you clean it off your feet. Probably by that time it's probably dry already. So why do you have to mekadesh yadayim? Furthermore, the Gemara says so b'mkoma you can't say kriyas shma hechi dami eden nireis pshita. If you can see it, it's pashat. Why is it pashat? According to Rav Ranchberg, the reason is because it's there. You have to clean it off. And then whereas we're talking about where when he stands up you can see it. When he sits down you can't see it. The truth is it's still really there. So it's because of cleanliness. If this whole thing is because of cleanliness, why doesn't he get up where he could see it and clean it off? I want to suggest over here that zuma. What is zuma? Zuma, sweat. Is it a bad smell? Rashi says a bad smell. I want to suggest that zuma, that the whole Gemara over here by kriyas shma and also doing avodah in the Beis Hamikdash is there's a difference between tahara and kedusha. The Mishnah Sharm says that tahara is basically a person removes all bad from himself. But he's not challenging himself. He's not in this position where he's doing worldly things. He's in Torah. He sits in the corner of the base madrash and he's Torah, doesn't do averas, but he's not challenging himself. Kedusha comes when you involve yourself in the mundane aspects of this world, and you're temporarily, let's say, matama yourself, and then you come out from that, and you do kedusha, and you remove that from yourself, and you even bring it to a higher level. Kedusha is on a higher level than Tara. I want to suggest that this Gemara is talking about this idea of kedusha over here. That's what the Mishnah says. The Mishnah on Chavches, when it says that a Kohen when he's doing avodah in the Beis Hamikdash, he has to when he goes to the bathroom, he has to do kiddush yadayim reglaim. It says kiddush yadayim reglaim. It's called kiddush kedusha. And if he does gedolim, he has to go to do a tevilah. This tevilah, since he was oses sracha, if he did his needs, he did his mundane needs. Therefore, he has to reverse that and do kedusha, do these kiddush yadayim reglaim or tevilah, in order to add kedusha to himself, in order to come out to be mala himself, to mala the lower status of himself to a higher status, because he did srachav. That's what the Gemara says over here, that so he went to the bathroom, he did his srachav, so you have to reverse that when you're saying Kriya Shema, which is an idea of kedusha. So whereas pshita, if you could see it, it's pashut. What's pashut about that? It's pashut that that you can't say Kriya Shema, because if you could see the soa, so then you're in a state of tuma. Either lo near the Torah Malachi Asharis. The Gemara is not saying that it's too hard to do it if you can't see the soa. The Gemara is saying that Malachi Asharis, they always are in a state of tara. They never go down to the mundane of this world. So they don't have to go they're in tara. They don't have to go to level of kedusha. But if it's not seen, if the soa is not seen on underneath your skin, so so it's not really considered there. It's not really considered visible. It's not considered visible. So therefore, you're already in a state of tara. You did your srachav, you went to the bathroom, but the tumah already passed. The tumah is not there anymore. It was completely removed. So we're not like Malachi Asharis that have to go from Tara to Kedusha. You're already your Torah. You don't have to do anything else. That's why it says in the Mishnah, the next Mishnah on Lamed Amud Aleph, that you can't go into Azara for Avoda until you do Tevilah. Rashi says the word Lavoda is Lav Dafka. I want to say it is Dafka. When you go, it's only when you go into the Azara for Avoda to do a mundane act of, let's say, a korban, shachting a korban, or doing an avoda, a mundane act with the animal, then you have to do kedusha. Like the Gemara says, Shalom ben Zoma, Tevilah Zulama, and he says basically that it's for kedusha. The point is that it's a mitzvah d'oraisa to do kedusha, even if you're tahor. If you're doing an avoda, you're bringing yourself down. You're doing tzrachim in this world. You have to be mala yourself and do kedusha. And that is what Zuma is. Zuma is, the Gemara is saying that and it's a state where you can see it while you're standing up, the Soa, so therefore you're in a state of Tuma already, and partially in a state of Tuma. And it's considered Zuma, and therefore you have to do Kedusha, you have to go and clean yourself before you could say Kriya Shema, because you have to imali yourself from the Tuma to Kedusha.